So Sean, scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to dive the Edmonds underwater park?
I'm like a 7.
Honestly, yeah, I'm like an 8 or 9. Because I'm scared of the water. The cold.
Let's hope the visibility's okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Last time aboard Freedom, Sean and I successfully tackled some routine and some not-so-routine maintenance required when you live on a boat. I also shared my experience becoming a U.S. Coast Guard licensed yacht captain, discussing most everything you'll need to know if you, too, are interested in taking the plunge. If you missed those videos, be sure to check them out. Now we're on the move again to explore a unique destination that's one of the best here in the Pacific Northwest.
So this is kind of crazy. Just like the last time we were here in Edmonds, it's a little bit of a washing machine getting into the marina. So got the old marriage savers on. We're gonna do, we have both sides, starboard and port, ready for the slip. We don't know exactly what the conditions are like. It's pretty breezy. It's like at 15 knots, sustained, gusting over 20. So safety first. Let's just see what side's better for us and get situated.
This weekend, we're in the Port of Edmonds, a great weekend getaway only 8 nautical miles north of Seattle. Edmonds holds a special place in our hearts because it's where we met Freedom for the very first time.
So it's kind of cool. When we first saw Freedom, she was at the very end of that dock. And now we're back in Edmonds, and she's right there. She's come a long way, sweetie. Mm-hmm. You really turned her into a fabulous lady.
She's getting there.
Yeah.
One boat unit at a time.
And it looks like we might have a wedding. Sean, should we crash the wedding later?
Uh-huh.
Do you think there's cake?
I hope so. It'll be a wedding.
Open bar and cake. We'll have to leave you guys home.
Edmonds is also home to a world-famous underwater park accessible only to sea creatures and scuba divers. Since it's been on my bucket list for years now, we're here to finally check it out.
We came here a little early to scope it out and make sure we know where we're going tomorrow morning, and I think we found it. There's some scuba divers in the water. It's just beyond the ferry terminal, and there's a bunch of buoys, so I think that's marking all of the underwater park out there. I think tomorrow we'll be diving around 9 with the volunteers, and hopefully it's not as breezy. Looks like there's probably some big current. Sweetie, that's what you call an Instagram boyfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Martha, we saw the bride. We were wrong. The bride and groom had not already gotten married, so we didn't miss the ceremony. The ceremony is at 5 o'clock, which is in like 15 minutes. Right here, which is so cool. But I have a question. Do you think it's bad luck to see the bride before the ceremony? I guess they met 2 hours before to do photos because the lighting was better. I was always raised to believe if you saw the bride, it was bad luck. Divorce was imminent. I don't know, old wives' tale. But I would love to know. So leave a comment. Is it bad luck or not? But the good thing is we didn't miss the ceremony. So we're just finishing up some happy hour on the bow. And it looks like everybody's getting seated. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. And I mean, we're gonna be staring from our boat. Obviously, if they're getting married on the dock at the Edmonds Yacht Club, they might not be too worried about bystanders staring, but I don't know. Pretty cool way to spend a Saturday night. Sean, what advice do you give to the married couple?
They should buy a boat.
Well, if they're at a yacht club, they probably have a boat.
Oh, well, they should get a bigger one. Just keep buying boats.
Martha, that was your first wedding. Oh, that was your first wedding. That fun? That was fun.
After all of that wedding excitement, we wrapped up this gorgeous day with a trip to the Offleash Dog Beach, just steps away from the marina.
Bright and early, it's about 8:30, and we're just loading everything up. We're gonna load up our cart with all of our dive gear and then go over to the beach where the underwater park is. It's a beautiful, fantastic, perfect day. So we're hoping that the visibility is good. We talked to some people there yesterday and they said the visibility has been really bad lately. So we're hoping we get lucky, who knows. Yeah, and we're just, since it's just Sean and I, there are some people from the dive shop that go and they dive. There's some volunteers that dive the park on the weekends to just maintain it. But we're gonna just pack everything in our cart and only bring things that were okay getting stolen, because we're just gonna have to leave like clothes behind in the cart while we're diving, since it's just the two of us. And we're gonna have to have everything else with us in a watertight container. So only bring stuff we can afford to lose. And yeah, fingers are crossed that we get a good dive. Think it's gonna fit?
Oh.
Divers are already here. We're just gonna get suited up and head out over there. Ready to get suited up?
I am.
It's super convenient that both Sean and I now have our own dive gear, but don't worry if you need to rent gear. There's a dive shop just a few blocks away with everything you'll need to enjoy the experience.
So Sean, scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to dive the Edmonds Underwater Park?
I'm like a 7.
Honestly, yeah, I'm like an 8 or 9. Because I'm scared of the water, the cold.
Let's hope the visibility's okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
In for scuba. You like walking out to low tide?
Yeah. Yeah. Although it'll feel good to swim too.
Yeah. Are you hot or is it just me?
Oh yeah. Watch out, slippery.
Yeah. Woo! No joke. Pretty?
Yeah. Right here the visibility is nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little deeper yet, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna go until I can float, I think.
Kind of walking out, it's really low tide. Ooh, kind of scared to put my stuff on out here. Oh, we got a snorkeler. Beware of snorkelers. Ooh. Are you all suited up?
Yep.
Cool. You want to hold this and I'll put mine on?
Yep.
Since this was our first time diving the park, we came early when the volunteers dive the park to have peace of mind and to have folks around to give us some pointers. However, we learned that visibility is best during high slack tide and during the winter months when algae isn't in full bloom.
Good luck. See you down there.
Despite the conditions, we still got to enjoy this underwater destination that attracts thousands of divers each year from around the globe. At only 45 feet below the surface at high tide, this 27-acre protected marine sanctuary is home to countless species of fish, marine mammals, invertebrates, plants, and algae that all thrive in the nutrient-rich waters of Puget Sound. Grid lines of red algae cover ropes and concrete block road signs to help divers navigate through the park. The local volunteers dive the park to help maintain this grid system of trails that run east-west and north-south. It's what makes this Edmonds underwater park truly unique. The park is home to many human-made rocky reef structures. Animals flock to these structures for protection and to find food. Rockfish like this thrive on the rocky reef, hence their name. Crevices between the rocks serve as hiding spots for smaller rockfish, while the larger ones swim above and hunt for small crustaceans, other fish, and algae growing on the rocks. In the summer, sea lettuce algae like this grows like a thick blanket to cover the sandy bottom. The layers of algae serve as a great hiding spot for many juvenile fish, shrimp, and crab. The vibrant colors and vibe in the park, even during poor visibility, were absolutely stunning to see and unlike anything we've ever experienced. It felt almost like we had been whisked away to an unusually fascinating and exhilarating haunted palace.
Well, this is pretty cool. We're floating back. Wanted to conserve our air. We went down a third time and the visibility was really bad. We were gonna make our way back closer to the beach. But we figured it's such a great day. We'll just float and look at the blue sky and the mountains and the ferries. How you doing, Shawners?
Good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna club you with my flipper. So would you do it again?
Legs. Yeah. On a better visibility there.
Yeah, visibility not great. The guys up at the beach. Whew. I'm gonna keep those on. It's pretty bright out. Guys at the beach said it was like a 3 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10, and then he said 3 out of 10. What would you give that? I don't know.
1.5.
Yeah, it was like a 2 out of 10. I mean, 2-foot visibility. Could have been worse, I guess. Saw some cool stuff. Glad we did it. I mean, this doesn't suck.
No.
It's not every day we get to explore a world so foreign to most humans, and this certainly won't be our last time here at the underwater park. We're looking forward to coming back again soon because, poor visibility or not, it was more than worth the trip. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, hit that bell so you'll never miss a video. We'll see you next time.